make this private after I go back and copy the broadcast. So it's mainly for Matt going in to be a cat weaver. Let's get rid of these distractions. Don't need to see that. This, you're going to shrink it and bring it down here. Right here, I'm going to make this guy a focus. You see where my focus goes? Right underneath all that stuff. Balanced out nicely. And then everything, you already got the spells right to do a focus, so I can shield him, I can do that. But you got all these buttons figured out, and their accessories, where they pop up and everything. But let's talk about some of the other things that you'll be doing after you get your N52 set up. You want to get your innervate. This one is macro to do it against the mouse over, so I want to innervate whoever's mouse over, or maybe it's not. Oh yeah, I have to hit the Alt key, so I get to innervate there when it's needed to be used. What else is over here is this is just my Mog mount, because I use it there on every tune. I might move it someplace else and I'll make that uniform across all tunes that exist. Down here I have my mouse over rebirth, so I can have a party, obviously, and like this guy needs to get back to life. So I hit Alt, tap this button with my N52. Only showing it with the mouse as a reference so you can see what I'm looking at and talking about. Moving across the rest of this up here is my tranquility. So tranquility, I think it needs to be you need to be still when you cast it, and I know nobody's friends here, but I will hold my shift, pop it, and I heal the whole group. So I do it. It does take a small cast time, or channeled for whatever, and it's dead for three minutes after that. But I have that there for a big emergency raid heal, and it burns down. This is my I'm in trouble. Does not work in raids, but I need to stand still anyway, so it's on my left side, on my alt side. And now nobody was here earlier. Now all these people show up. So that's my shadow meld, and then I quickly right to the left of that, I hit my prowl for a permanent stealth. Because if I was to move, I'd pop out and the aggro is reestablished. So that's to dump the aggro on, let's say, a mythic, or doing some soloing. Like I told you, you can solo in this form and do rather well. And you see I have no cat form, so I might need to repopulate this so I can open up with whatever I want. But really, I'm going to open up with Rake, because that's what gets me started on stuff, and that's all I'll open up with. So the rest is really null and void. I might put my save the tank shit here, since I may do this to drop the aggro, follow the tank a little bit, and go back and start doing some of the shieldy stuff. So that's an option. I didn't even notice. I haven't done it that much because I've been powerful enough not to worry about it. Then staying over here on the left side, I'm keeping my my overcharged mana thing here. It's rank 3. I copied it from another tune. I got the tokens and I bought it through the Echoes of Nyalotho, or whatever it's called. Anyway, that's a pretty powerful healing essence that I'm going to use when we do the mythics and whatnot. Down here, we all recognize this guy. That's I want to be a bear. So now I'm a bear because I'm getting hit so much. I can pop my bark shield, my bark skin right there, run around. If I need to growl something off of somebody else, I doubt it. Maybe a weaker healer in a raid, I would like, hey, get over here and come hit me. But like I said, I doubt it. Maybe soloing or something, but no real use to that. And I need to populate this with some heals so I can quickly jump out of bear and go right into heals. So that would be something I need to add later. As quickly, let's do one now to show you how that's done. So either I'm going to go over here, at me. I can drop that where it always is. Maybe I want to drop a vortex. Maybe I want to blast people. Maybe I want to stay bear for a little bit longer and keep the party going. So I want to get my typhoon where it always is on every tune. And really, I don't have any other things that I'm not affinity this way. Oh, requires bear form. Okay, I can do a swipe. Alright, I can bear like this, yeah. What else I got? Shred, that's a bear, that's a cat thing. Wild charge, I'll put that up there. Put this where it is on the other tunes. Wild charge is there, so whatever. It wouldn't hurt to be redundant here. Nothing else here, but so let me get my rejuve, and that's there. So let's see if I can get rid of that. And my hand, actually that's in the wrong place. Let's put them in the same place they are everywhere else. So this is populated, so I have to go emergency bear. I'll go here. I catch up to whoever. That's there again. This, let's put that where it was. That's there again. So I'm doing good, and as always, my growl, taunt, whatever it is, on every tune that has a growl is on my number 2 spot. This is where I like to have it. My number 2 spot on my pad, not on my butt. Alright, so that's that. You got that stuff going on, so I probably can work it pretty good. I don't really have anything to attack here. Maybe if I wanted to go back to a cat or something, I don't know. I'll leave it open, doesn't really hurt my feelings. Let's go back to this pad over here. We're looking at it. This could probably be someplace else, but I'm not going to move when I do it. But I'm going to run up. I'm going to say, hey, I want you to be my focus. I want you to be my, no, you can't be my, I guess defensive focus or offensive focus. Could change to him. He says tanking dummy, but as a healer, this form, one of these forms, as a healer, you want your focus to be your tank. And for this purpose as a tank, if I was going to solo, the focus would be this guy, which is me, or gal. Okay, so you got that. I have an innervate that goes on anybody, and an innervate that, how's the macro look? An innervate that is cast at player. So, oh, that's my innervate. So I might make the other one cast at mouse over if I want to give it to another healer, because if you read it, it says blah 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 healer role playing bullshit. But I only have 3 extra slots to go. I don't really know if I want to commit to that. I could, because I said this was going to be a total healer, so I could commit everything and drop these other ones that are probably some other sort of macro I had for another form, which I'm not going to do on this tune. This tune will be healer forever. That's the plan. Moving off to the right. Let's see, I got a little Brawler's healing potion. I might need that if I do some Brawler's Guild stuff again. Got my Bark Skin, so it's always available. It's only for me. I have my Wild Charge, so I could just shift and jump to something. So shift and poop. Oh, I need to find a friend. Let's see, are you a friend? Shift and fly over to that guy. So I have my own life grip to catch up to somebody else. Every form, it changes to something else. You know this. Boom. And if I had a boomkin form, it would be the jump back 15 feet thing. I'm going to put both my trinkets here. So use my next 6 healing spells will restore this much. So let's find those. These are my general macros, which is a basic. Yeah, so basic it's so easy to find. Oh yeah, trinket. I have my first trinket, and the macro says what it says. It says tooltip use 13. This one is tooltip use 14. So my 2 trinkets will go there. So whenever I'm ready, pop pop. What is this mana crap I did here? It's something. I'll take a look at it real quick. Mana. Why does it say mana? Let's see what it does. Oh, okay. My mana is low, and then aid me. So I did 2 macros. This one is slash OOM. This one is slash help and some other words. Let's find those. That could be done for any tune. Just a little quick. I'm panicking. Do this. Help me out. So your trinkets are there. Whatever you want to do, like you get some sort of bonus button that you want to hit once in a while, it could go there. This is to drink to get 50% health when I do a little bit of PvP as a healer, so that's what that's there for. But general, your purpose is player versus environment, you're going to want to do your 2 trinkets right there. And if they're both usable, that's great. If not, know which one's usable, and you'll know which one isn't because it will go gray. Or equipped. So let me see. Let me double check the trinket. Yeah, 14. So whatever's in 14, that's what's in 14. It says it's ready to go, but if I click it, it does nothing. But that one does. So if one doesn't do anything, know it. I thought they turned gray, but clearly it's not working as I thought it did. Additionally, if you have a belt, like my warrior has a belt, you could drop one there or up there or whatever. I keep my vortex there, so you know I turn to a bear, because I'm defending myself a little bit. I push him back. That doesn't work. I hit my vortex, which is a curse over. That'll hold him. Give the tank some time to get over and help me, where I'm not helpless. I'm helping him help me. Because sometimes I have difficulties, and then if he's not coming, I'm like, hey, aid me, aid me. I'll spam that. Healer's under attack. You can see the words. See if they help me. They usually don't. They're like, whatever. Finally, not finally, but to continue, these, I have all my Hearthstones and my little Moonglade or Dreamwalk thing, my Fire Kitty right there. Let's turn into a cat, which is not available here, so that could be an option. Have a cat button here to go from bear to cat. If I'm going to continue to weave, I got out of trouble, but most of the time I would reestablish that and get that stuff going on, then I can be a cat. So I really don't need to go from bear to cat, so I'll keep it like that. And then I get in there and I do my swips and my swipes and my witch, and I was talking about this bar. Oh, my Fire Kitty. This is Dead Ringer, Release Soil, whatever. That's dumb. I don't need it. That goes away. That's my Alchemy. Remember, these are control buttons. Control buttons that I'm not going to ever use in combat. I'm not going to use near combat. I can get rid of the focus this way altogether. I can get my whistle to fly. This is reses one guy. This reses everybody. Those are kids wanting cookies. Over here, I know I'm jumping all over the place. I keep my sprint here on every tune. If they have any kind of sprint, it is always shift 7. I have my stuns and my interrupts over here, usually stacked up, which is hibernate, not really a stun. And then if it's just a sleep thing I can use. And then this is Sue's target. So I don't have a stun for Healy, Keely, Kitty, Moonkin, whatever, Druid. Then this is like, oh, I just told you what that was. This is usually my quest item that I want to use out in the world to finish a quest. So this is built primarily for doing the healing a party, but I have things other places that aren't in my main sector, and you can't see my hands when I put it, make a brackets, in my main sector for when I'm just rocking and rolling and getting it done. This little button here, I know you've been asking yourself the whole time, is this little thing Chris showed me. It's called something. Anyway, you can change gear here and stuff like that and look at your gear in a different way. It's kind of has some picture elements to it. It looks pretty cool. Really, it's whatever, and you can see your balance of all your crap and see how you match up and see that and whatever. No big deal. Cool thing to have. If you want to waste some more resources, that's one way to do it. Over here, and on your N52, I suggest you try this. My N52, the mouse wheel on it is up and F5, which for Druid cycles me from cat to healer. It's because I put the cat button over there. I know it's over here too, but for other things I do it, whatever. The center button might turn into my my yak because it's a press on that button, which is a more difficult thing to do, which I'm only really mounting my that's a bird right now. I'm only really mounting my Mog mount in town, and definitely safe place. I'm not going to hop on this in the middle of combat, so I don't really need it on a combat bar, which I consider this, even though it's a secondary combat bar. So I might pop it over there, and then down on my mouse wheel on the N52 Tartarus is fastest flight macro, which I should probably share with you, which is basically fastest flight macro. Oh, it's on my main. Everybody shares it. So it's / cast indoors cat form shapeshift travel form parentheses shapeshift show tooltip. So if I'm indoors, I'll turn into a cat. If I'm outdoors, I turn into the best travel form. If it's deer because there's no flying, I go to a deer. Or if I'm in combat, it goes to a deer instead of a bird because you're not allowed to go to a bird. So it makes it pretty simple to get away fast. That's I need to be the fastest form I can. I use that, and that's my mouse wheel down. and or F7, which I program on my Tartarus to click F7, and then that labeled itself. Somehow I labeled these buttons to be key bound to F5, F6, X7, F8, so I can hit them on the fly if I want it to, but I don't. And then I should share these with you. These are my 4 or 3. There's really 4 there, kind of, but every time I change spec, I have the gear set up right there, even though they're auto geared. But if for some reason that fails, I notice I still have tank gear on. I can double click here and go boom. Now I have heal gear, which in here you do over here, and they're all there, and you make sure the secondary little button appears, and you do that by clicking in the gear and saying you want to attach this gear setup to this spec. But how I do that is you can copy this 4 times. Spec 1 through 4, I make them all the same. They're a general macro, and on everybody but Druid, I only do the first 3. So basically, it's /run, set big S, specialization big S, parentheses 1, close parentheses, and then the next one is 2, next one is 3, next one is 4, and just remember that your specs go in alphabetical order, so it's balance, feral, guardian, resto, and I put them up there. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and that way I don't have to do a different one for every class type. I just do the 3 for all the classes, and then in the space that it leaves from them, and I'll show you. Let's change it. Okay, in the space that I leave it there from, I'm flying, I can't do that. In the space left behind, I'm changing into a boomkin, because B is the first thing, is their gear set icon, which you can drag right from over there. So boom, I know I can click that and change into that gear. Let's change it. If it doesn't do it automatically, which it does most of the time, although it did recently drop all of them for some reason, I had to re-click them all in. And boom, cat, and it reminds me I want to be a badass fire kitty. That's why I made that icon there. And then, of course, just to show you the complete loop, boom, there you go, bear, my bear, which is affinity towards boomkin, and I don't have any gear there. It's just I did it for the sake of completism. OCC, OCD, OPP, yeah, you know me. So there's my bear, and it does that, and it'll change if I wanted it to. But I'm all set up for heals. I told you this tune's total heals, but I set up all my druids the same, so when I go to them, it's always familiar territory for me. Home field advantage, I don't know what you want to call it. So there you go. Couple of fun things I have down here is I'll switch to a Sindorai. Now I'm a blood elf druid, and I can yell and piss everybody off. And this one is undead, because it goes opposite faction. So I guess the opposite of night elf is undead, and I can say, yeah, and that just thrills people, having an undead druid in their party. And I can wear my toy gear. And I'm pretty sure I could put other things in there, but I've been so engaged with playing this tune I haven't done that. Over here I keep my macro button, since you saw how much I go to my macros and to help assist you, and it's just good to always have it. I do that on every tune. And that's it, I think. Let's talk about this for a second. Okay, I'm in a fight. And I'm going to claw him, and it fills up a combo point, and I do that. It starts to bleed, and I do that, and it does that, and I get my combo points. Now I have enough combo and going, and I'll hit the boom, hit the rig. I got 2 bleeds going, so I got the 2 bleeds going. Well, how about I do a little bit of moon power and a little bit of sun power, and now I get back to cat and get this bleed going, and keep these bleeds up, and then when I need to, I go around and heal everybody. By doing that and following this little bar here and keeping all these going and not letting them expire, in lower level party sync stuff with T15 being my tank, I was topping the DPS chart of the whole party. Probably a fluke, probably a bunch of lazy people just going around auto attacking, but it felt good. Nobody died. I was contributing damage, and it was good rehearsal for later on. Now, I don't ever expect to be top damage in a real party of equal level people doing current content against my level, but it's nice to know. It was fun. It was fun, and it's nice to know, to show that I had an impact over people to do an auto attack. So that's it. Any other questions we can discuss? You already got your talents down. We told you why to do all those. Just in case you jump into some combat someplace, this is the one to use because Icy Veins told me to. This is the one to use because when you do switch to cat form and it recognizes you as not in a party or doing something else, your cat form, like in the open world, if you happen to be in war mode, or maybe even not in war mode, I'm not really sure, but you pick this so you can do 25% more damage while you're a cat. So pick it. This one, pick it, because if you happen to do some PvP in the world and you do your rotation, you're dropping your AoE heal down, you are going to free everyone from any entanglements. And then this does something. It makes your wild growth instant in when it's going to get 6 or more people or something. Wild growth, 6 allies. Yeah, so that's a good one too. There may be other ones, but for me this makes sense because I'm near the big group. I don't want to ever be out on my own and get my ass handed to me, so I'm doing these types of things. And I'm pretty effective as a cat in PvP. I noticed that, and it was probably because of that right there, and that was Battlegrounds. World stuff, Chris gets on, I'll follow him around, I'll switch over to war mode and do some stuff. But that's that. Like I said, that you stick with it. These top ones are essential, I believe. The other option was, I think it was, I don't know, I had to look it up what they said, but I really like that shield. I think you'll be comfortable with the shield. It reminds you of Priest a lot, so you know, always make sure your tank is shielded, and that's going to give you the ability, because if he's absorbing whatever number that is going to be, like for me it's 41,000, if he's absorbing that, that's more time for you to get in there as cat mode and cause some damage. And because this is the purpose of this build, is to do like mythics and be a cat weaver, so you want to gear yourself that way, or prep yourself that way, or yeah. Then the Feral, then the Typhoon, and then this or this. This I think is raids, and this is mythics. I forget. I'm not really. I'd rather have a passive. I always default to passive if they're about equal, or one has a little bit of an edge. I still might go to the passive, so I don't have to hit another button. Especially since I'm cat weaving and I have so many buttons already. Of course, if the party requires you to be a bigger healer, maybe you got to do that. Or maybe you want to do this. This level 75 is kind of super optional, buddy. So I'm going to finish up because the kids need me. The blooming thing, blah, blah, keep it there, keep it there. I thought germination, oh yeah, 2. You can flip between these two depending on the party needs. And you can flip between these two depending on the raid needs, this one or this one. Rejuvenation, whatever. I read good things about that too. This is a big optional one, and these two are optional. Flourish does nothing for you. I don't know, maybe it does, but everything else is kind of static. Well, I'm going to sign off and deal with the little rugrat. You're not a rugrat anymore, are you? No.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, tell everybody. Signing off. We'll catch you next time.
Sign off. We'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Good job.